Hello there. In this tutorial we're going to look at text fields and labels in Swing. So in the last tutorial I created this little application and I want to add here a couple of text fields for entering information and also a couple of labels to say what the text fields are, and underneath I want to have a button so that you can click the button to submit the information. And to do that I'm going to start by going to Form Panel and I'm going to give it some member variables which will be the controls that I'm going to use in the panel. So I'll have two labels, J label, and I'm going to call one of them name label, new. Actually I'll do the new in the constructor, so I'll call it name label here, and private J label occupation label, because this is going to be a form for adding some information about people. And let's have a private J text field. Now a J text field is a single line field of text like this kind of thing here, as opposed to a text area which is a whole area like the editor I'm in here. So I want a J text field, name field, and a private J text field occupation field. And I'm also going to have a button to submit the information, so I'll say private J button, and I'll just call that OK BTN, OK button. So now in the constructor I'm going to actually create those objects. So I'll say name label equals new J label, and I'll give this some text here in the constructor parameter, which is going to be name colon, and the occupation label is going to be new J label occupation, and the name field is going to be a new J label. It's going to be a new J text field. And now the important thing here is when you create your text field, you have to specify how many characters wide it should be. And the strange thing is that the text fields always appear wider than the number of characters would suggest, but as far as I know this is supposed to represent characters. It's just that it's a bit off. Okay, so and I'm also going to have occupation field equals new J text field. I'll make that 10 as well. We can always change the size later. And finally the button, so OK BTN. And notice I'm spacing out my code here into distinct sections using blank lines, which helps legibility. So equals new J button, and I'll just give that the label here, OK. Now I'm going to leave it there for this tutorial, because in the next tutorial we're going to get into something that's probably the second most complex thing after the whole event listener business, and that's the grid bag layout, which is an extremely flexible way, but a bit tricky, of laying out your components in Swing. So join me again for that tutorial, and until then, happy coding.